Hey, it's the Chief Bonding with Board Games and RPGs. We're going to be showing you Dolmenwood, which is a Kickstarter RPG I've been waiting for some time. We'll just come over here. It is in a slipcase. Whoops. There you go. And here I was trying to do that right. The monster book, the campaign book, look how huge that is. We'll get it out of here in a second. And the player's book. So we'll be looking at these, but along with this came these Reader's Digest sized scenario books, which we'll just kind of open the flap to when we get to them in a second, and it'll break down kind of the style. No spoilers here. I'll just show you like it's, contents page, titles page. But you can see these and how kind of little nice, boom, some very nice artwork going on here. There is a map book, which is multiple pages dialing down into Dolmenwood. So here's the overall without the hex map, but then it'll go into like paths and rivers and relics, and there's just multiple different pages that do that. We'll take a look at this in a second. I'll unfurl the cloth map, even though you will see all the details here. Having this on the table for the players, and this is a very deep reference for me, will be awesome. And it came with a little dice bag. I always need a dice bag. I went all in on this, or, well, maybe not all in. I went like deluxe, heavy. I don't know. It's hard to tell with Kickstarters now. There's always like minis. I don't do the minis. I'm not big into minis. I like theater of the mind, gameplay, and even combat to a certain extent. So I don't worry about the minis so much. Nice foil finish. Let's go ahead and shake these out. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, that was the other reason I went for them, was that same kind of like silver scroll work that is on there. Ooh, yeah, and it's very touchable. I don't know if you can see that. So the monster book, it's all embossed. I'm going to show the exterior of each of these real quick, and then we'll dive in a little bit deeper. Here's that huge campaign book. Good, we got a ribbon. Was there a ribbon? Yes. Thin book. I wasn't sure it would have a ribbon. And when I flip through these, love that. The player's book. When I flip through these, it'll be quick. I'm not going to do every single page. It's just going to give you an idea of what the layout is, contents are, color, artwork, things of that nature. Let's look at this player's book first. Let me kind of realign here, make sure I'm zoomed in proper. All right, looks good. Again, love the artwork. Let's just take a look here. Okay, great. Here's the same map that we kind of got a preview with the maps book. All right, table of contents. I will freeze on this page so you can kind of take a gander, because I'm not going to be going page by page. But let's take a look here. We'll do the first few pages, and then I'm going to skip around a bit. So the welcome page, the artwork in the little mini books is kind of like this. I don't know what that is. Like I don't know, is that a Gothic style? I don't know what it is. Love this. All right, nice, clean layout. Great breaks. Wonderful artwork. Factions, Gazetteer, Gazette. Beautiful. Not quite a splash page, but art devoted to that whole area. So, starting play. I'm now going to skip around a little bit because I do want to hit all the books and I want to keep this tight. Somebody else may do a deep dive, and that would be good. Wow, okay, languages. The Thief, so we're into different characters that are here. Make sure I'm framed. Getting excited. Let's just flip a couple. Arcane spells. Still arcane spells. Holy spells, very nice. Equipment, services, and animals. Lodging and food. Pipe leaf, love it. Retainers. So again, you can get a good feel for how even things are designed within the page. Adventure Class by Kindred. There's some optional things here, very nice. Time and movement. So again, this is the player's book. This would be helping them understand how the game works, how to set up characters. Here's settlements. Other combat matters. Again, not a deep dive. Part 8, the appendices. Again, I like this whole art style layout. Very Middle Ages, Dark Ages, I don't know. Calendar, religions. I don't know what a Bregel Kindred class is. Wood grew, okay. All right, thanks. All right, I might be in that area. So this is probably all our Kickstarter. Oh, Patreon, okay. Credits page. And I love this when the back pages are used, in this case for a bunch of charts, graphs, or stats. So good use of that. We have the map on the front, and then here's the back of the player's book. Let me bring on the monster book next. All right, we'll go to that campaign book last. Same deal. Oh, again, good use of the end pages. Love it. Monsters of Dolmenwood. Denizens of the deep, dank woods. I love the language. Beautiful artwork. I know that's what took a while with this game. How the monster statistics work out, and giving you a little bit of a page layout. So you're going to have that similar page layout feel, not all haphazard. Love it. The bestiary. A little bit of gold and a dragon that tends to match. Again, I'm going to jump around here. It's not going to be every page. This is part 2. Let's take a look here. Okay, alphabetical. Antler Wraith, the Banshee. A Basilic. Oh, Barrow Boogie. I couldn't read it at first. I was like, well, we'll just get by. Black Tentacles. A Bog Corpse. I'm going to do a flip. Let's see, what am I going to get us to? I'm going to get us into the H's. Oh, yeah, E's. All right, Elf Wanderer. Let's go ahead and skip another group. We'll get to the M's. Nope, I'm falling behind. A Gloam and a Goblin. Interesting goblin. Now we're into the M's. A Mosling and a Mold Oracle. A Snail Giant. Nice oxymoron. Psionic Power, a Spectre. Again, you can see the breakout. If any of these aren't coming in perfectly clear, or I think they need to assist, you will be seeing photos. Or not. Talking Animal. Cute. Troll, Unicorn Blessed. A Witch Owl. Was that a Woodwoos? Woodwoos? Wrong Uncle. Some worms. Adventurers. Okay, where did that shift? All right, right there. Again, part 3 is appendices. Again, great artwork. All right, adventurers. What do we got? Okay, parties, just kind of breaking it down. Animals. I can already tell the end pages have something. What do we got here? Okay, you can create your own monsters. Nice. How to do so, the credits, and what is it? Oh, monsters by type, monsters by level. Very nice. So the book's laid out alphabetically, but for quick reference, hey, I just need some type of worm. Okay, boom. Or monsters by level. That's very nice. Great idea. I think you're seeing the quality of genius here with how this is laid out. That's very helpful for the GM. Love it. We'll get reset, bring on that campaign book, keep her moving. All right, again, beautiful artwork. Look how thick this is. In comparison, you can see, again, kind of what we're dealing with, but this is a big boy. So campaigns are expected. Same rules. I'm going to spend a little bit of time on the front. Here's a little bit more of the hex layout. Bring that over. Let's see what we got here. Sorry, we got some wind outside if you're hearing it. Here's our table of contents. All unshade. We'll spend a little bit on these first few sections, first few pages. Secrets of Dolmenwood, Part 1. The Master of Dolems. Okay, a lot of stuff to read there for the GM. Regions, and the map book, which I glanced through just a little bit because it wasn't in shrink, helps in showing where all these regions are. There's highlighted pages. Again, we'll look at that in a second. But this will be deep dives into those regions so you understand or can reference them. Love that. A lot of that artwork looks familiar. It was probably used again in that map book. Huh. All the history and lore. Standing stones. All right, I'm going to start some flips here. Shrines. That is, I remember shrines being in the map book. So I'm going to flip through. Let's just see. And we're just going to land on some random pages. Again, you're seeing a very familiar layout. Designing dungeons. Love it. Look at this. This looks like a great reference for any system. Foraging. What is that? Coptown on the Shiver. Yeah, even the map book, the zoom-ins on like the cities are done in like a Middle Ages style, like an art style. It threw me a little bit, I'll admit, but I like how it stayed true. We have docks, tax towers, an abbey, a turret gate. We're now at a bandit hideout. Again, there could be spoilers, obviously, if you're going to play. Well, there could be spoilers. I will have put a banner up at some point before we got deep into this, maybe before I even opened it. Very nice. Huh, no wonder it's so thick. Detailed information on every place, every hex, or at least region. Now, I think we're getting right down to hexes. Wow. Probably not every single hex, but definitely zones in certain hexes that have special features. Goodness. No wonder this took so long. I saw some cool, here's magic items, gems and art objects. Oh, here we go. Treasures and oddments. Part 7. All right, again, we're not doing every page. I know some of you are like, whoa, slow down. Hold on, just pause. Rods, staves, and wands. Rare fungi. Pipes and drominol. Look at all of this resource. Oh, this is scrumptious. Scrumptious. Here's rumors in, what is that? Prigwort, okay. Gingerbread, is that a real recipe? Uncommon spells, no. See, why am I thinking it's a recipe? Who knows? All right. Before we get to the end pages, here's our credits, unshade. And last pages. Pronunciation guide. I need this. I'm always at a loss. Putting the wrong emphasis in the wrong place. And again, end pages fully used. Look at this. Camping, travel days. You got this page open while they're moving. Love it. Encounters, dungeon turns. Oh, this is just a beautiful layout. So again, glossed over, tons of information there. Real quick, I already showed you a couple glances, so just to show a few more, because now you've seen, here's the whole area of Dolmenwood. But on the back, and again, spoilers if you don't want to see some of this information, I will put it now probably on the front of everything. And I'm going to just flip through. So here you can see some of the details of the cities you're popping into, and it's that style. Kind of caught me off guard, but all the detail hex by hex, zooming in on different aspects of the map. Something like 28 different aspects. Just gorgeous. Just fun to look at. Maps, part 1. All right, we're going to bring these over. I'll probably crop and come in a little tighter. The fungus that came to Blackswell. Again, there could be spoilers here. I'm only going to show the first couple pages, but look away if you're not a GM. I'm going to just do table of contents, the introduction, and then I'll flip a couple pages and move on. Boom. Imelda's Song, same deal. Let's just take a look. Nice and interesting. Again, table of contents. You can see the same layout that you've become familiar with the main books, and this nice little pocket hardback digest layout. Love it. Love it. The Ruined Abbey at St. Cloud. I want to wander around the Ruined Abbey. And again, just a couple pages. Look at that. And Winter's Daughter. Last thing we'll do is I will unfurl that cloth map so you can kind of see how big that is. Just a couple pages here. All right, let me get this cloth map out. All right, we got the little tag off of it. You see there's a little silica. Little backer board. Oh, yeah. Kind of a silky, almost like, yeah, just a silk feel to it, almost like a chamois back in the old days. Oh, turn her around. All right, I'm going to pull back first, and then we will zoom around. All right, nice little legend. All right, right off to the side, it's saying that north, true north, is straight up, and that each hex is 6 miles across. So that'll give you the setting there. Of course, this big lake dominating and the rivers flowing in. There is a page in the map book that even shows the direction that the rivers flow based on a terrain map. There's another terrain map which shows like there's mountainous regions, I think, over here. But everything you would need to know, you know, which way is that river flowing? Well, that one's flowing down and in, not out. But this one's maybe flowing down. I can't remember. Let me come in and zoom in on this one. All right, in on the legend. I wanted to spend some time on that. Then I'm going to pick up and move to another part of the map. Hang tight. I think this one says Balfulstone. I can barely read it through my monitor, but I just wanted to show some of the detail. And of course, that little flooded ravine or canyon looks like a cool canyon. I could see adventuring through there. I'm going to show you another area and then we'll be done. All right, I see orbs wallow and some mushrooms. So again, it just feels like felt. Very nice and soft. Very touchable. And there's something with these plotting lines that come across in a magical way. They're not roads. I can't remember what the lore is with them. It has something to do with these little like shrines that are located around the map. And they were clearly done deliberately. And there's different powerful things that happen. Like I think you can get cured by certain magic or ailments at certain shrines. Again, I don't have any of the details, but that should give you an idea. Chief, bonding with board games and RPGs. This looks wonderful. See ya. Bye.